Galveston, Texas, a new era of cruising has just begun. The MSC Seascape, fresh these waters, is ready for its second voyage, and we're here to show you what this ship is really like. From the moment we stepped aboard, we knew this wasn't going to be an ordinary cruise. Join us as we navigate this floating resort and share the lessons we learned along the way. Hey y'all, I'm Carolina Tony.
Debbie.
Today we are aboard the MSC Seascape. This is the Seascape's second voyage from Galveston, Texas. So it's kind of new for them, but it's also new for us as we've never been on an MSC cruise before. So today we're going to take you around the ship and show you some of the things here that if you decide to come on a cruise on the MSC Seascape, some of the things that you will encounter. We will go over the food, we will go over the entertainment, just everything. And we'll have separate videos for all this stuff. For this particular video, show you some of the things that's on the cruise, and hopefully if you decide to come, it will make your cruise a lot better.
A little less stressful.
A little less stressful. And we'll get started right away. We are in the main dining room. Now, one thing about the main dining room is it's a little more formal than eating in the gallery or the buffet. Every night the menu is different, so you need to look and see what's on there. Now, from what I've been told, compared to the American cruise lines on this particular ship, the portions are a little smaller, but they say that they're beautiful. So we'll see what that is tonight. Also, we'll look at the menu when it comes and just see what's on the menu. Here is how we're doing the menu. You scan it on your phone, and here's what we have. It is in little bitty writing. We've got a choice between golden fried crab and seafood cake. That's for appetizers. And then we have spinach artichoke dip, seasoned melon salad, or black bean soup. That will be our appetizers. And then we have salads, Caesar salad, shrimp cocktail, or onion soup. And then we go down to the entrees: jerk chicken, broiled swordfish, mojo marinated grilled pork chop, and carne asada, vegetable rundown, penne pasta, grilled chicken breast, grilled Atlantic salmon, New York strip steak, and you can take your choice. So tonight on the plate we have salmon with rice and swordfish. And here we are. This is our room. Debbie has decorated outside the door to help us try to remember where our room is. We're in 15039. And this is another little tip for you that never knew. You know, a lot of places there's tags that you hang on the door that says do not disturb. Well, inside your buttons that you press, this indicates that do not disturb. So you can just come hang out in these comfy chairs and look at the ocean. And if you want to spend some money, you could go in that place and buy some diamonds and jewels. Oh, look at here. Whoa. That's not complimentary of the cruise. Also, if you forgot to book your excursions when you were at home, you can come to the excursion desk and you can book you some excursions. And we have Costa Maya, Roatan, and Cozumel. We've already taken care of that before we ever left South Carolina. Adults Reserve Area. So this area is for adults, supposedly only. And you can come here during the day and sit in the infinity pool. And it's early in the morning, so it's very peaceful. Isn't that looking Bonnie? Okay, everybody's all dressed up. Morning. All right.
Welcome back.
Right. So this is Elegant Night, and I'm not dressed elegant. A dining room second night. Third night. Dining room third night. That is lobster with grilled shrimp. And I am having a filet with asparagus. They have these touch consoles all over the ship. You can go up to them and just touch. For instance, if I want to see what kind of theater shows are available tonight, you touch it and it tells you that tonight's show, Dreamscape, is fully booked. What else is there? Oh, well, it's just booked. The layout. One of the things that I like to do is walk, and on a lot of ships I've been on, you can get on a deck and walk completely around the ship without stopping. So that's not on this ship. It's kind of, how do you say?
They told us it was European designed.
Exactly. So it's all cut up. It's like staggered. All the little areas are staggered. I guess they cut down on hallways. There are hallways, but not a lot. Now, most of the cabins, they're on certain floors. So
9 through 15, I believe.
yeah, so you don't even have to go there. But then they have lounges, and bars, and all kinds of places, pools. This is the thing that I enjoyed about it is they have pools that adults only. Now that doesn't mean adults only get naked kind of thing, but children's not running around and splashing. And from what I was told, they police that. There's a family pool where if you want to go with your children, then you can go there. There's the infinity pool on the back of the ship, and it's kind of neat. It's shallow. People sit in the pool and look out over the back of the ship at the ocean, which is it's pretty cool.
They have a great kids area.
Oh yeah.
The pool, there's this little shallow pool there, so it's more of a pool than what you would normally think of the children's area, which would be a splash pad. But it's beautifully decorated, and
It's like a water park.
it is like a little water park. It's great. I found that trying to get outside on decks is difficult to find how to get out.
Well, there's maps everywhere if you can figure them out.
You can figure them out.
Yeah, and it takes you a few days to learn your way around.
Well, that's true on every ship, but I send him out and let him do the navigating, and then let him tell me where I need to go.
And there's areas after 6 days of cruising. There's areas on this ship that Debbie has yet to visit.
Little pockets here and there, So the lounge that we're in right now, I don't believe we've been in.
Yeah, I've covered pretty every square inch of it, but I'm sure there's something I've missed.
Another thing that is good on this ship is the entertainment. There's something to do, whether it's a trivia game or some other kind of game or a variety show, which has been great. It's at 8 o'clock at night, and what they do is they have just a variety of entertainment. It's not just one thing. It's not like just a show. So that's neat. They have several karaoke areas on the ship. There's all kinds of things to do. We see people sitting out on the decks playing cards, and you just make it what you want it to be.
Yeah, so listen, you can come on this cruise and really relax and do nothing.
And that's what I've done.
Yeah, and do nothing. You can really relax, or you can come and wear yourself out.
Which we did have 2 pretty hard days with the excursions, but that's okay.
Yeah, speaking of excursions, there will be a whole entirely separate video on excursions, what we encountered, and tips and all to help make it better for you if you choose to do so.
So the question is it worth it? Is the MSC Seascape worth it? Texans have a great opportunity having this in Galveston. Most everybody on this ship, when we ask them where they're from Texas. And that's because it's easy to get to. It's a great value. It's a beautiful ship. Is it worth it for us coming from South Carolina to Texas? No, I don't think so.
It's a long way.
It's a long way. It took us about 1,300 miles from where we live. So would we come back to Texas again to cruise on the Seascape? Probably not.
It's something I want to add in here that just clicked in my mind. Now, there's a whole different part of this ship called the Yacht Club. And when I say a different part of the ship, I mean it's a different part of the ship. It's at the front and covers probably a couple floors. The people that will book a room at the Yacht Club, from what I've been told, you very rarely ever see them anywhere else on this ship.
Unless they would go to a show or something
exactly.
like that. It's some kind of entertainment. It's very exclusive.
Yeah, the Yacht Club is very exclusive. I asked about going and take a look, and they said absolutely not. That the Yacht Club is managed by an entirely separate manager. They have their own cruise director. They have their own pool, their own shopping, their own dining room.
And a private butler.
A private butler. From what I was told, when you get out of your cab or whatever you travel in to get to the cruise terminal, your butler will meet you at the curb of the street, will take your bags on the ship through customs, will check you in, and he personally takes you in his tie and tails to your room And we'll even,
And white gloves, by the way.
yeah, and we'll even unpack your bags.
Very exclusive, but it's very pricey.
Yeah, now like I said, we spent $1,600 on this cruise.
If we'd have done the yacht club, we'd have probably spent around $4,500 per person.
Now, if you've got that kind of money to spend, you want to have a really good time, you can do that. But it wasn't in the budget for us.
No.
Maybe if you guys would watch a lot of more videos, it might
There you go.
So, hey, if you want to see what the yacht club looks like, watch this video and share with your family and friends. Also, we would like to hear your feedback, so be sure to comment. And if you like this video, be sure to share it with your family and friends. Also, subscribe, please. And there's also a new benefit on the slide bar right under the video. If you slide over this way, it says hype. If you click that, that will help the analytics and help Google to put our video in front of a lot of other people.
And please give us a like. It really helps the channel grow.
Yeah. Again, we hope this video helped you. If you want to see more of this kind of thing, as we said, just please subscribe. But for now,
Y'all have a good day.
have a good day.